welcome along and welcome back to Ohio and American life farming. We are just unloading our trailer of the bales that we bought a couple of videos ago now, and we're gonna then be taking this back down to the shop to go and get the remaining bales we've got down there. We need to do this because we've got some rain on the way. I think it's next game day. We're due to have some rain, so I want to make sure that all the bales we have are nicely under cover. And you see we've got some nice storage space here. With this bale grab, we can go to about 6 high, so this will be the top of this pile. And then we will put the next 2 down below. Our cows need feeding today as well. We've got to do that. Whoa. Managed to put... Oh... Yeah, get those out. Right, let's see if we can't stabilize this whole pile now. Yeah, we're trying to see if we can. There we go, that's stable. We're gonna feed the animals, so we've got those to do as well. We need to get a cultivator because we need to prepare our field 27 ready for planting the soybeans next time. And then, yeah, I'd quite like to get a bale shredder and start producing some manure. We're not really going to be able to do it for this year, I think. But once this year's harvest is over, ready for next year, we're going to be wanting to do some manure spreading towards the end of the year. So we need to start producing it now, which will also help our beef cows to be more productive as well, help them get fattened up. So, yeah, plenty for us to be doing today. As I said though, first thing we need to do is get our trailer free so that we can actually get that back down to the shop. And we need to get our tractor and the telehandler in Convoy to do that. So that down and in and get our last set of bales off. And then we are in a position where we can just go and get that all sorted. I've picked out a cultivator that is fairly inexpensive. It's only a 9-meter cultivator as opposed to a 12. I think I can get I think the maximum I get is maybe an 18, but I'm going to go with the 9 here just to keep prices down and keep things fairly simple for us. So let's just fold that up, try not to scrape it on the ground, get that ready to head down to the shop. We'll do the same with our TLX truck, and then we can go and get our 7R over here and get that doing some stuff with the cows. Thankfully, with the number of cows we have at the moment, our feed mixer here actually feeds, holds 2 sets of feeds. If we're looking to double our number of cows today, we are going to be in a position where that's no longer going to be the case. We're going to have to fill this up we're going to have to fill this up each time we feed them. And if we keep increasing our cows to the maximum, it's going to take 2 or 3 feeds from this to actually get our cows all fed. So we're going to have to watch that. And we do need to clean the cows as well. But at the moment, we're doing all right. We're in good place. We should be able to get, I think we might have like 10% left at the end of this. Let's see, 11%. I wasn't far off. So this means that, yeah, cows are now good for another 2 days. Feed-wise, we need to get a bucket as well while we're down at the shop this time and sort that out. So, yeah, lots for us to be doing. I am just going to park this over here and drop this off here because this is going to join, well, this is going to be at the head of our convoy, actually, this tractor. So let's get this over here. We'll get follow me running on all of these, and we'll head down to the shop and grab ourselves some new bits and pieces. So start her up and follow, and we'll get some indicators on, and away we go. Thankfully, all of our equipment travels at a pretty good pace, so nothing's really left behind. as we pull this up to here and jump out. There we are. So we can take that off and turn that off. And that actually is in the perfect position. There we go. That's that done. So take those indicators off. I think the TLX particularly likes follow me. It's giving me a little bit of hassle with that. So not overly sure what's going on there. Let's get these bales loaded up though. We can go up to 4 high, so it's going to be 2 sets of bales. And then that will give us a little bit of space at the back. I'm not sure, that trailer, I'm not sure if it has, we've got chocks or something at the back, so maybe it folds down and might let me get another piece of equipment on there. If it does, that would be great, because we might be able to get our bale shredder on here as well, which would be really, really good. Last 2 bales, we're just gonna bring that up like that, release this, put it down, and that will give us a nice squared offset here to then put on the top. And hopefully I'll be able to just stick this into here, because as I said, we need to get a bucket in order to clean out our cows. So let's just get that positioned a little bit more to the front of our trailer, like so, and go on. There we go. It'll be a little bit tricky sometimes to get these to go where you want, but we're good. There we are. So does this trailer unfold is the next question. Let's just strap those down, select the trailer, and then see if there's a way to get it unfold. Closed doors. Oh, that's closed doors on that. Let's see. Fasten, unfasten, chase screws. There doesn't seem to be a way that I can see here. So right clicking here, what does that do? Oh, that brings the trailer for that moves our bit there. So cannot see what any of these other bits do. All seem to be changes on the TLX. And the yeah, and opening the doors, that just opens our cab doors. That doesn't do anything else. So it looks like I can't get this back here to open. There's definitely ramps, but I can't see any means by which of actually getting those ramps to lower. So we'll won't worry about that. We will then stick. See if I can get this to extend a long way. No, not far enough. So we'll we can't quite get that. We'll have to stick it on the side. That's fine, because we need to get ourselves a bucket for here and get that moving. First though, I need to get us a cultivator that we can then use to prepare our field. So clamp that in, disconnect it, pull that in, and we can get the TLX back to the farm with this stuff in. So I'm going to go drop this off, and then we'll get our cultivator. And now that I've dropped the TLX back at the farm, what we can go in here is we can go and buy our new equipment that we want. So what we want from here under disc arrows is where the cultivator we want is. So this is the John Deere 2660 VT disc. No customization on it, only 20,000, but also only 9 meters in width. 250 horsepower, is well within the horsepower of our 7R. So we are going to buy that. The other option we had was actually under cultivators, and it was this one, which is the John Deere 630 wing disc sprayer. It has a fertilizer thing on it, and as a result is 51,000, so it's over 30,000 more, but it does have the 12-meter width. But I wanted the slightly smaller one, which was slightly less complicated. We also need to grab ourselves a new telehandler tool. And what I want is not actually showing under here. It's actually listed under front loaders, and it's this one. It's the Shovel L67. This goes up to a capacity of 2,730 liters. It is a it's one that we can tip with. It's an overloading shovel. It's going to be really useful to us. I'm going to get it in the black because I think that will work quite well for us. And yeah, there we go. We can switch it to telehandler. Absolutely perfect. 8,400. We want to buy that as well. And this will allow us initially to clean our cows, but it's also going to be useful to us when we start getting to the point where we're doing silage later in the year. So let's start this up and get this moving. And we still have 325,000. We're not short on cash. It's just the stuff that I want to get is more than we've currently got. We do need to get a trailer, a combine, a forage harvester. I reckon we've probably still got $1 million. I should say dollars. So let's switch that and have our money in dollars instead. It's one of the things that does annoy me with Farm Sim. If I'm doing an American series and a British series and or a European series, and you know, any combination where I want different currencies between the save games, I can only set that across everything. It's a game-wide setting currency, and yeah, if I'm on an American map, I don't want to be on pounds. You have to go and check that and change that every time. So I know that was like that last video. It's been like that most of this video, so apologies for that. We will try and catch that a bit more. Right, let's get our shovel and our cultivator back to our farm and get these two bits working. Now, one change I want to make on my farm is how I access field 27. We'll park this up here and I'll show you what I mean. So that can park there. Tractor's coming in behind me, so we'll take off all of our beacons and everything. No, we're still flashing here. I want to stop that going. And we'll take this off follow. We'll take the beacons off this and bring this around now that we can go and cultivate our field. But field 27 doesn't have an official road from our main farm. It's actually accessed from the dual carriageway at the far side. I think though we have a road that comes round here. We've got a bit of woodland here, so I could probably do this without even touching this field. Putting a road in here that comes round down here. Take this tree out maybe, and then come across here, a raised patch over the railway line and into the field here, because this is the trouble, we get stuck on the railway line. And then that would be how we access this field, which I think would be really good. I think would be a great way to do this. So I'm going to look into doing that. I think doing a little bit of work on here. Let's get this up though. We want course play to run this field. Course generation, field 27. We are automatic. I actually want to go longest edge. Makes more sense. Going to do a couple of headlands. And we want to do the main up down on the field first. There we go, and there we are. That's actually pretty cool. I like that setup. So we'll go back. That will end here, which is a good place for it to end, but it's going to start over this way here, and we can get our 7 art to work. We've got first waypoint set. Let's unfold the cultivator. This should be a good little cultivator for us. It's not too big, not too small. Should work this farm fairly well. Back this up. Right, and drive course. And then next time what we'll be able to do is put the soybeans into here. and get this running, and should be pretty cool, I think. We are nicely on track. And with that running, we can now go and sort out our cows. So in here, they do need a clean. And it's giving me that they're really dirty, but in all honesty, there's not a lot on the ground here. We'll see how much it actually is when we clean it up. But I don't think there's a lot of dirt in here at all. No, we've got 603 silage off that. That is not a lot by any stretch of the imagination. And that should clear it up quite well. So we'll close the gates on that. And then I'm going to go and drop our bucket off in our telehandler shed, which is essentially what we have over here, and grab us the bale grab that we got up here earlier, because we want to get the trailer off the TLX so that we can head down and grab ourselves some more cows, double the number of cows we've got at the moment. So we currently have 60 cows. I want to take that up to 120 today, which should be yeah, should be very, very doable. And then when our tractor finishes, what we'll do is we'll go and grab ourselves something to shred some bales, and get that in there as well. So bring that up and release it like so. And I think the TLX is still stuck in reverse by the sounds of it. I'll get that out to reverse to stop that beeping at me, and then we'll get these unloaded and we can then go and change trailers. Last set of bales, just down, grab and up, and we'll drop them in here as well. So yeah, we used 3 bales of each of the silage and the hay last time, or a little while ago, to feed the cows, and only 2 bales of the straw. So that's our mixing ratio we're doing, is a 3-3-2 in our feeder, and seems to work quite well. We will get this out of the way now because we don't need to use this at the moment. We're gonna go and leave this in its shed until we need it. We won't need it until the 7R is finished, and then what we can do after that is go and drop the trailer off our TLX here. We'll stick that in the shed, probably next to the livestock trailer, seeing as we're going around that way. And then what we can do is go and grab ourselves 60 odd more, 60 odd more cows. So it's going to be a couple more trips, because I think we can hold 30 at a go in our livestock trailer, and that will then mean that we have a really healthy number of cows on here. This is a very long trailer to fit in this shed. Is it going to fit, and can I maneuver it well enough to get it in there? Okay, that's not bad. Maybe all that time on ETS hasn't been too bad for me. There we go. Of course, when I'm next doing that, it'll be all that time on farm sim. It's not maybe too bad at reversing trailers in ETS. There we are. Actually, I'm quite pleased with that. Let's disconnect that trailer. And then we'll connect up the livestock. Right, so these do fit in here quite nicely. Like that. Oh, connect it up first. Then we connect up all of our wires and tubes and everything. And now we're going to go and head down to the livestock market and go and grab ourselves another 30 cows. And the advantage of us getting cows in this way, with just getting a few every so often, is basically it will allow us to stagger when we make the money from them as well. So hopefully we'll be able to tell based on the color of the cows as well and which ones are due up. So let's pop into here. The first ones we got were the Brahman's whites, I think. Let's just double check that. Yeah, so we've got whites at the moment. They are all about half the weight that we're looking to get them to. So, have we got some browns at the same time? Okay, so we are looking to get some other colors now. We have some browns, we have some whites. Let's get some light browns. So we're going to move those. And this is going to be, yeah, 30 more. So we'll have all of the colors of these by the end of today, doing them in 2 sets of colors. Really, I might not do that though. I might get the light browns and today, and then we can do the grays in a couple of days time. So there we go. That is 30 light browns. It is going to cost us 67,000, but that is fine. We're expecting that, and these are going to make us a good amount of money. Now I discovered that there is no way I can get this trailer out of that gateway. So what I'm going to do is we go right up to the manure heap here and hopefully have enough space to turn that round there and get it out. Yep, there we go. And we're just going round the back of this shed and get ourselves back to our farm to unload them. Sure enough, nicely back to the farm. Bring this around here. And we can reverse it up into place. Like so. Back it up to these gates, and I think they open, I hope they open into the cow pasture. Otherwise this might be a little bit tricky. Yeah, there we go. Unfold that. And out with our cows. So out of the livestock trailer, let's move them all across. This will take us up to 90 cows in here. There we are. Confirm that. Fold it up. Jump out and close our gate. And we'll head back down to the livestock market. Grab one more load of those lights. And that will then mean we're up to 120, which will be absolutely perfect. Still got a lot to go. We can have up to 500 cows in here. So I think I'd like to try and get as close to that as I can. Coming back with our second load. And the other advantage we have of doing this way and having a nice staggered setup with our beef cattle is that the most we'll ever have to transport to sell at one time should be 2 trailers. Because there's 2 days between each set being purchased and being delivered, it should hopefully stagger it quite nicely. So we'll see how we go on that. And with any luck, we'll have a nice, as I said, nice steady income. And every time we sell, we'll buy, and therefore, hopefully, be in a really good place. So we'll reverse this up and get this done. To here. There we go. Open our gate. Open the back of our truck. And unload the rest of these. So take us up to 120 cows on our farm. Absolutely brilliant. We are a fifth, just over a fifth of the way there. Actually, no. We are a quarter of the way to the maximum number of cows. So that's really good. Everybody out. Fold that back up. And we'll take this and park this back in our shed. Ready for use again in a couple of days' time. I think we might need to get ourselves a pressure washer on here, though. Maybe we can get something we can drive through or something a little bit more industrial than the normal little pressure washers. I will have a look at that. At the moment, though, this just needs reversing up into here and dropping off. And then we can put the TLX itself back in the shed and go and check on what our 7R is up to. 7R is just finishing up the field, which will bring us to a fairly nice close for our work. We are in a position where, well, we need to get the bale shredder. We might do that first thing next time, I think. We've already got quite a lot of stuff squeezed into today, so yeah, let's leave this here, I think. So yeah, that's pretty good. We've doubled the number of cows we've got. We have got ourselves the rest of our bales home, so those are all going to be good when the rain comes next game day. In general, though, I think we're in a really good position. We are moving along nicely with the farm. We're ready to plant the soybeans next time before we get the corn into field 13, so we'll be doing that next time as well. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.